Hey guys, I have a question for you. Have you ever been rejected? It's a rhetorical question. Of course you have. We've all felt rejection in our lives. My name is Jared Shoemaker. This is Magnetic Men's Club. I hope everyone's doing well. This video, I'm going to talk about some of the reasons why men are choosing not to put themselves out there, not trying to date, not trying to find people. And it all stems from this fear of being rejected. And I get it. I've been rejected more times than you've had hot meals in your life. I guarantee it. And it sucks. It kind of grinds at you. But I promise you, like anything else, the more you do it, the more you put yourself out there, the more you ask, the less it hurts, the less gut blow that you feel. And so I want to give you a little bit of perspective on maybe the 5 reasons why men are just not even entering the dating market. This is why dating apps have taken off so much, how DMs on Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff. You have to understand, by getting rejected by an avatar on a computer is far less of an impact for a man than walking up to a girl in a bar or in a club or wherever you see her in some social setting and getting rejected. This is why men most of the time don't approach. They don't what's called cold approach, just walk up to a woman. But because most men don't do this, the ones that are confident enough, the ones who are assertive enough that do it, generally do better on cold approach than just taking their chances on Tinder and Bumble and all these dating sites. We talked about why dating apps suck. This is one of the reasons though. It's a very low energy. You get a match from somebody, hey, what's up? And she doesn't respond. It doesn't really register too much to a guy because we are used to rejection. What registers most is actually talking to somebody in 3D and them saying no. There's social stigma around there. You think all these people around, you just asked this girl out, they all heard you and they're all on Twitter. I'm like, oh my God, this guy just got rejected, LOL. None of that is happening. Rome's not burning. Think of it as laws of numbers. It really is. Dating, in a way, is laws of numbers. The more no's you get, eventually you'll get a yes. But a lot of guys are just stepping completely out of the dating scene that way, and it's really a detriment because in that last video we talked about why dating apps should be a supplement to your dating and not a whole. A lot of men sadly are using that as just their whole, the whole reason. They're not going out and talking to women, they're not putting themselves out there, they're just using their avatar to try to get women. And that's okay, but that should only be a part of it. You should be going out to social settings, going out to different events, meeting different people, expanding your social network so that as that social network expands, there may be a female in that network who you already share common goals with that now you have a little bit easier of a little bit easier way to talk to her. But a lot of guys don't do that. It's a lot easier just to hit like a swipe and to send a message. And that's sad. It's really cutting out a lot of possibilities with a lot of amazing women that are out there. These are the 4 reasons why most men fear rejection. And the first one is just social pressure. There is a lot of pressure on men. We typically have to be the one to go up to a girl, talk to her, ask her out. There's a lot of pressure there. We're the ones who are expected to do that. Now, there have been some instances where I'm sure a girl will walk up to a guy, but you got to remember there's a lot of social pressure on her as well. But we're supposed to be the assertive ones. We're supposed to be the ones that do it so that that fear of going up to her that a lot of men have is really what they're fearing is not so much the rejection, is the social circle around them of people hearing a no or people hearing like, oh, get away from me or whatever. It's that social pressure. And I get it. You know, It's never fun going up to a girl, smiling, talking to her, and she's like, ew, or, hey, thank you, I'm just not interested. And, you know, there's nothing fun about that. But this is one of probably the number one fear that men have. The second one is just low self-esteem or low confidence. A lot of men who have low self-esteem also have low confidence, and they equate rejection as confirmation that they're no good. Rejection is just a way to let you know she's not the one. She's actually doing you a favor. If she's not interested, you're not wasting time. So reframe that thought of, I'm just not good enough. And because she just said no, she just confirmed my thought, which made that thought real. It's not. It's just a thought. We all have thoughts. We'll talk about after this some of the things you can do to boost up your confidence, but by and large, the second reason why men fear rejection is low self-esteem, which would equal low confidence. The third one, and really this is probably the biggest one, because we as men, we get rejected all the time. I remember I was probably in first or second grade, it might even been kindergarten, because I still know this girl today. We're older now, but I remember bringing this huge Valentine card with Ziggy. I think it was one of those comics, Ziggy. And you open it up and it had, will you be my Valentine? And I think I got her flowers or maybe candy. I don't know. I was very young. And I was so nervous, and I went up to her, and all these kids had these, these little cards, these bullshit cards you pass out, and I gave everybody else bullshit cards. But she got this huge card, and I know there's flowers, and I think there was a balloon. Anyway, I went up to her, and I was nervous, and I was sweating, and I was like, I won't use her name. I'm like, this is for you. And she was very appreciative, but she opened that fucking card. She's like, I already have a Valentine. My first fucking experience with rejection, and it tasted like sour ass. Not that I know what that tastes like, but it felt horrible. I'm like, what the hell is this? I did all of this shit and I get rejected. My first taste of rejection. And of course, there's been many more as I've gotten older. But our past experiences can lead us as men to not want to keep repeating that process. It's just like when your mom or your dad, you go up to a hot stove and they say, hey, don't touch that, stupid, and you touch it. Well, you just burned your friggin' hand. You're never going to do it again. It's the same type of analogy where if you get enough no's and you start having this thought, these negative biases about yourself that you're not good enough, and they keep getting confirmed by these women that you're approaching, you're going to just stop doing it altogether. You're not going to touch that hot stove. The fourth reason why most men fear rejection, this is a little bit on the lesser side, but it is still very real. I hear it all the time on social media that there ain't no good women out there. Women are nothing but bitches. Women are just out there to use you. They're nothing but hoes. So it's that perceived scarcity that there just aren't good women out there. And so every time they go out and they have this thought of approaching a girl, all of this programming that we receive and that we take in comes up. And we have that thought. It's like, well, she's really hot, but she's probably a hoe, or she's probably stuck up, or she's probably, just an asshole. So we talk ourselves out of even having the opportunity to get shot down. I kind of look at it as a game nowadays. But anyway, so those are really the four reasons why most men are scared of rejection. And now I want to kind of shift it and hopefully make you understand that rejection is just a part of life, but it is a learning tool. The more you get rejected and you don't do anything about it, well, then that's on you. But every time you get rejected and you use it as a tool, the less it will happen. And here's what I mean. It's a reframe. So Instead of thinking that rejection is a bad thing, you're going to use it as a tool for growth. So I'm just going to give a normal example. You're going to the bar with a couple of your buddies. Great, perfect. You're having a good time. You're in your frame. You're enjoying yourself with your buddies, but you're all out there for one thing. Don't freaking lie to yourself. You're out there to look at women and hopefully get laid. You are. Let's just not lie to ourselves. That's why we go out. Women don't go out to get laid. They generally go out with their girlfriends to have a good time, to talk. So when you're in this setting, you have two different frames that you have to understand that, yes, she probably is fine with being approached by the right guy under the right circumstances. A lot of the times when guys go up, they start drinking too much because they're trying to get liquid courage. They're like, oh man, she's really hot. And you guys just stare like vultures at these girls and they can feel it. They're like, Jesus, this is just weird. And you start getting enough liquid courage, you're starting to slur a little bit, and then you're like, hey, what's up? You're going to get rejected. You're going to get completely rejected because now you're making an ass of yourself. The better option is lean into that fear. When you first saw her, don't use substances to mask your insecurities. Go up to her, be a little bit nervous, but you're being your authentic self. If you get shot down, at least you did it on your terms. You didn't need alcohol. You didn't need substances. You didn't need the guys around you and having that additional social pressure. Go up. Hey, I'm Jared. Nice to meet you. I find you very attractive. I just wanted to say hi, start a dialogue. Most men get rejected on things that they do to actually reject themselves. Getting drunk or getting high or whatever it is. The second thing that you can do to kind of help, not even help mitigate rejection, because you're never really going to mitigate it, but it's a reframe, and it kind of pairs with number one. It's being your authentic self, but it's also looking at this person that you have a desire. We're visual creatures, so obviously we're going to look at a beautiful girl, and that's all we see is beauty. We don't know anything about her, so we get stuck in her beauty. Like I use the phrase all the time, she could be a dickhead. You don't know. She could be an asshole. But we're stuck in the beauty. We're stuck in, oh my God, she is a freaking goddess. Well, what you're automatically doing, whether you know it or not, you've already just made her higher than you. You put her on a pedestal. And then she's going to agree with you the way you're coming up to her. She's going to agree that she's higher than you because you placed her higher. Women actually want a man that they can look up to. So the reframe could be, or should be, is going up to her, recognizing her beauty, but not dwelling on it, trying to get to know her. And if she's receptive to that, she can feel that. She's like, hey, I'm Jared. Hey, I'm Beth, whatever the hell her name is, cool. Have a cool dialogue, and then see if there's something else other than she's just hot. It's practicing compassion for the other person, not just viewing her as a piece of meat, not just viewing her as, you know, a fucking meat socket, basically. This is the thought that guys have. We're driven by sex. There's nothing wrong with that. We're compelled to sex. That's our biological imperative. But there's a better way to go about it than drooling and just thinking about sex with her. Going up to her, recognizing she's still a human, she's still a person, she has thoughts, she has opinions, she has a soul. So if you humanize that and even think sometimes, I'm like, she shits just like I do, it lessens that thought that she's better than you. She's just another person. The third thing that you should be doing as a man to help actually mitigate, again, this rejection is building your confidence. Confidence is so sexy. I don't care how good looking you are as a man. If you're not confident, women will give a certain pass to really good looking guys. But if they're not really confident, they're going to dismiss him very quickly. They might look again because they are sort of visual. Man, he's really good looking. But if he's coming up to her and his eyes are down, and he's like, I'm Chad, really nice to meet you. He's not confident. It's a turnoff. If a guy who's not that great looking comes up and is just open and happy, I'm like, hey, my name is Chad. I just wanted to say, hey, you know, whatever, however he does his thing, but he's confident and he comes up with an open mindset, not this thought of, they can feel fuck you energy. Women can feel like, all right, this dude is just about sex. You have to build enough confidence, and what that means is the inner dialogue you have with yourself to let you portray out that you're enough. Going to the gym, eating healthy, drinking your water, of course, building your body up, building your mind up, learning new skills, going to different events. All of these things are going to help level and bring up your confidence. That's the biggest thing. The sexiest thing, ask any woman. Yes, she's going to say looks. I guarantee you it's confidence. It's having that drive, that swag, that confidence. That's sexy to a woman. So it's your masculine imperative to get as confident as you can without being cocky. There are women out there who will like you, who will love you for who you are. I promise you. You just have to go out there, put yourself out there a little bit more. Don't take rejection as a slight that there's something wrong with you. Just take it as being rejected. She's just not in a place to receive what you're offering. That's all it is. With that, my name is Jared Skumaker. I hope this video helps. If it did, please hit like, hit subscribe, put a comment down below, and hit the bell icon so you know when new videos are being dropped. Also, there's a lot of people watching this channel, and thank you so much. It's awesome. I love to see how fast this channel is growing, but you haven't subscribed yet. Do me a favor, hit subscribe. That helps the algorithms for YouTube. It helps grow our channel. And if you are struggling in this area or any other area in your life that you kind of feel stuck, go to our link below. We give a free 1-hour consultation. It's one-on-one with me. And if we're a good fit, that we can start working on your limiting beliefs, start leveling you up. With that, have an amazing day, and we'll talk soon.